Hey there. A thought crossed my mind this morning. I was getting ready to start working. I was working from home today. I didn't have to go anywhere, but it was GLP-1 day, which means, I needed to get up this morning. It's Wednesday. I was going to get up this morning and take my GLP-1 and then go upstairs and start working. I had a presentation to give this morning. It went great. So I get ready for work, and I normally, walking through the kitchen, at least before I started on a GLP-1, I would walk through a kitchen and not be able to make it all the way through the kitchen without stopping at the pantry, stopping at the refrigerator, just grabbing anything that I could grab, just because when you walk through a kitchen, you're supposed to grab something, right? Our kitchen is in the middle of our house, so, you walk through it to get to the laundry room, you walk through it to get to the living room, you walk past it to get to a bedroom, you walk past it to get to a bathroom. I mean, the kitchen, everything surrounds the kitchen. So, before GLP-1, I associated with the kitchen to grab something to eat, and I couldn't walk through it without grabbing it. So I'd have to go like this and run through it really fast, which isn't pleasant for somebody that is not on a GLP-1, that has a lot of weight to lose and all of that. It was horrible. It was horrible for everybody that had to witness it, I promise you. Anyhow, this morning I get up, I come through the laundry room, which is behind me. I walk all the way through the kitchen. Didn't even think about food in a kitchen. I went to the refrigerator, I got my GLP-1, I took the GLP-1, and then I put the box away and finished getting ready and went upstairs and started working. Doing that exercise, I ended up walking through the kitchen like 5 times and didn't even stop once to get something to eat. I didn't even grab a pickle out of the refrigerator whenever I got in there to get my GLP-1. I love pickles, but I didn't even get one. I didn't even think about it until later this afternoon. I was like, I was in the refrigerator and didn't even grab a pickle. It's crazy, the way our mind changes when we have the right hormones and the right things going through our blood, through our bodies. I don't even know the scientific way that it all works. I just know that for me it works. It makes me feel better, and it makes me be at an energy level that's a lot better than what I was before I was on it. I've lost a lot of weight, and I still have some weight to lose, and I'll get there. But it's really exciting whenever you have these small wins. You don't even think about them as being wins in the moment, but afterwards you start thinking, wow, I would have not have been that way beforehand, and it's crazy. And to think back, whenever I got my first dose of GLP-1, I wasn't with LifeRx. LifeRx has made it a lot more affordable, but before LifeRx, I was on a name brand that was costing me so much money, even with the coupon that I had. And I did it with it stuck in my head that it wasn't going to work for me. I've been let down so many times, and I've failed so many times at losing weight that I just automatically assumed that it was going to be the same story again with just another method of weight loss. But here's the kicker. Whenever I started taking the GLP-1, I noticed I was feeling better in other ways, like my focus was better. My mind goes all over the place. I have 25 things running through my mind right now. It's even hard for me to focus on this conversation that I'm having with hopefully thousands of people that are watching me. But it did help me hone in whenever I needed to really focus on something. And I really, really struggled with that, before GLP-1. So that's pretty cool. And then the appetite. If you remember on a past video that I did, I talked about how I lost all the sensation in my stomach. I wasn't able to feel hunger. I wasn't able to feel fullness. I just ate when I wanted to eat, which was usually emotional or stress or just plain boredom. But with the GLP-1, I can feel my stomach again, which is so strange because it's been so many years since I've actually felt when I've had enough food. And so with the GLP-1, it also gets rid of a lot of the noise up in here that makes you think that you need more and more and more food that you really don't need. It helps me control how much that's going in here to control how much is going through my digestive tract. So I'm not overeating. I'm eating just what I need in order to be nourished, but I'm not binging on anything. If I want a pickle, I'll just have a pickle. But to be honest, I eat more sugar-free popsicles than anything. I still have some boredom eating, but I'm making choices like sugar-free popsicles, which gives me more hydration than anything, but it gives me something to crunch on for that moment. Sometimes that's all that I need or want. But the negative part of that is I would be happy just having a sugar-free popsicle for dinner and not having anything else because I enjoy eating those so much. It's becoming kind of habitual for me, but I really enjoy it, and they taste good, and it's like a treat without adding to any kind of fullness or extra calories that I don't really need. So just a lot of good changes over the past 9 months, I believe it's been. So it's exciting. So I'm not all the way where I need to be, but I'm well on my way to where I need to be. And already, even though I still have a ways to go, I feel a million times over better than what I was whenever I was weighing a lot more than I am now. So if you're at all interested in looking into a journey for yourself, LifeRx is where I'm getting my GLP-1, and they make it very affordable no matter what dosage you're getting. So there's a lot of companies that will pull you in. They'll get that hook. They'll hook you in at a fairly low rate, but then as your dosage increases, which everybody's does on GLP-1, they start adding more and more to the cost. LifeRx.md, it is the same price when you come in as whenever you continue upping the dosage and the milligrams or units, however you measure it. But that's one thing that once you're in, and the price doesn't keep increasing. You get what you get, and it makes it very consistent, and it makes it a lot easier to plan. You don't get to a point where it's no longer affordable, so you have to go figure something else out, and then you risk going backwards from where you started. So I highly recommend LifeRx.md, and it's been absolutely terrific for me. If you are interested in that, I have a link in my bio that I'd love for you to check out. And if you do place an order, be sure and use promo code Trent, that's TRENT, or send me a DM and let's talk about what you need for your journey. I'm absolutely not a doctor or a nurse or anything like that, but I am somebody that's been on the journey, that's had a lot of the same struggles that you may be having. And if I can't help you, give you advice, I can certainly direct you to people that are probably a lot more equipped in it than I am. But anyhow, I hope you enjoy these videos. Be sure and follow me or subscribe, and um, share share it on your own pages, and I would be forever grateful. Have a great day. Bye.